Bits, bits, bits. It's all about the bits. But that wasn't always the case. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, there were two different kinds of arcade graphics. Raster or vectors. Vector graphic games were very popular back in the day, and it brought about classics like Star Wars, Star Trek SOS, and Tempest. Now with the rise of home consoles, it was time to bring these kinds of games home. And in November of 1982, General Consumer Electronics did just that, and even made it somewhat portable. It's the Vectrex. There is absolutely nothing like it. The Vectrex, as suggested, is a vector graphic console with its own screen. How innovative could this be? Vector graphics, own TV screen, and you could also take it on the go if you're really up to it. And all you gotta do to activate the power of the vectors is plug it in. This truly stands out amongst every other console. As we have a look around the console, it looks like a typical mini TV. On the back we have some serial numbers and other info, a grip placement so you can grab this with ease, and a brightness knob to adjust, well, you get the picture. On closer inspection of the front, you can see some clips on the top and bottom of the screen. Those are for overlays. The Vectrex wasn't capable of producing color, so to compensate for this, they made overlays for each game to give it color. Cost effective, just like the Virtual Boy. And look how that went. Now we need to find a controller, but where is a slot? Well, the controller itself is actually hidden in plain sight. The controller for the Vectrex is very comfortable, supporting a reflective joystick and 4 buttons that do many certain things depending on the game you be playing. Inside of the controller hidey hole, we have the controller slots, a reset button, and the on and off knob, which also happens to control the volume. Hearing the power of the vectors has never been so sweet. So now we can insert a cartridge on the side and witness vector gameplay. The Vectrex has a pretty sweet library of games, mainly consisting of arcade titles like Berserk and Pole Position. And it also has unique peripherals like the Light Pen and 3D Imager, both of which are hard to find. But that won't stop me from finding them at a decent price, and if I ever do, I'll review them. Someday. Now, I didn't buy the console with the box, but I did get the papers and other stuff with it. Aside from games, I have a certificate of purchase, instructions for the system itself, plus an overlay slip with no overlay, and instructions for a game called Mindstorm. Now, what is Mindstorm? That just so happens to be the built-in game for the Vectrex. Did I mention other games for the Vectrex are clones? Well, this is Asteroids in the Flesh. The Vectrex is one of the most overlooked systems, and I don't know why people don't have one. Sure, it failed because of the video game crash of '83. Sure, it lasted for 2 years, but that hasn't stopped it from growing popular again in the retro community. So if you're able to find one of these, you should pick it up for sure, so that way you can also feel the power of the vectors and bring the Vector arcade experience home, because it is the Vectrex. As I've said before, the Vectrex died after only 2 years on the market, but it's managing to become a popular system later on after its death. Some systems are hardly remembered at all, which is why on the next episode we're going to have a look at a handheld that could have put the original Game Boy at a run for its money. If you think I missed anything, please leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you think others could get knowledge out of this, share this video. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Now if you'll excuse me, nostalgia is calling.